practically. What do you think now, baby?
Too late now to worry about it.
Tell me, no pressure whatsoever, none whatsoever?
You nothing wrong with me. Let's get this thing over and get done with. Having fun tonight.
But you realize that this means over $1 million to you if this horse wins this race?
I ain't seen no $1 million. Let me worry about when I get it. I'll let you know if I get $1 million.
But it's the financial thing is tremendous.
I don't worry about the financial thing, Jimmy. It's a business. We got to work. Got make a living. I don't worry about that financial stuff.
Have you got any afterthoughts that maybe you would have changed the training? Have you done anything wrong, or would you have changed anything at all?
John Campo never second-guesses himself. He goes all the way. When anything I got me in school, he told me never second-guess himself. I don't second-guess myself. I just go.
You've done a tremendous PR job, but after tomorrow, it's going to be over.
Yeah, look all the fun we had.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good luck to you, too.
We're going to need it.
All right, if Pleasant Colony's as loose as his trainer, it would seem to be no contest here today. Let's give you the morning line here on the field. The entry of 1 and 1A, Stage Door Key and Tap Shoes at 4-1. Number 2 horse, Bare Knuckles at 50-1. The number 3 horse, Highland Blade at 15-1. Number 4, Escambia Bay at 20-1. Wood Chopper, the closing fast horse in the Derby, is at 6-1. Summing, a new entry here for the Triple Crown at 10-1. Paristo, third at the Preakness at 8-1. Says You, a last-minute entry in the Belmont at 20-1. Bold Ego still in, but may scratch at 10-1. And the Boss, Pleasant Colony, at even. Now, they are the morning line. Of course, those odds, as you say, is the king of the hill at the moment.
He is, and he got to be in the Kentucky Derby. Now, Churchill Downs that day, as the Derby is beginning, yet had a large field of 21 horses. Into the first turn, Pleasant Colony was 17th in that field of 21 horses. Part of it contributed by an unusual pace of 45 1/5 for the half. When they turned for home, George Velasquez, like a good taxi driver in downtown Manhattan, had weaved his way through most of the field, gotten outside position A, had taken dead aim on the leaders, and had here gone to the lead, Jack. But the excitement wasn't over.
No, it wasn't indeed, as Woodchopper now, as you'll notice, comes flying down, and I think half of America said, oh, wait till the Belmont.
They couldn't wait for the distance. They should also have noticed, however, the confident Velasquez hands down, hand-riding the winner. Indeed. In a very fine effort.
2 weeks later.
On to Preakness. Indeed, Jack, to Baltimore 2 weeks later, the pace was different. And although Pleasant Colony was 8th in his first call, he was only about 6 lengths off the lead. That lead held by Bold Eagle. An easy half and 47 and change this time. And finally, Velasquez on Colony had to go after him. Here you see him doing just that. Left-hand stick, and Bold Eagle hung on very game. I think he's in here for the function of a rabbit. He's going to be a detrimental factor to Bold Eagle. He will set the pace.
And the rabbit he is for is Tap Shoes, number 1A, owned by Leon J. Peters, trained by Horatio Luro, and ridden by Ruben Hernandez.
Was a good 2-year-old. He won the Flamingo in Florida, and recently he won the Peter Pan, a precedent that Coastal set just a couple of years ago when he upset Spectacular Bid.
Number 2 horse, Bare Knuckles, the long shot. He's owned by Nathan Kelly. He's trained by Everett King. He's ridden by Rick Evans. He's at 70-1.
He won the Golden Jubilee Handicap in Sportsman Park in Chicago. Everett King, his trainer, has confidence he'll have to run the race of his life.
Number 3, Highland Blade, Penwy Bryn Farm, trained by David Whiteley, ridden by Jacinto Vasquez.
Characteristically unaccompanied by a stable pony is a Whiteley horse. Very modestly described by David Whiteley, but he did win the Everglades. He was second to Pleasant Colony in the Wood. He's beautifully handled, and he looks great.
Number 4 is Escambia Bay, owned by Annette Eubanks, trained by J. William Boniface, and ridden by Eddie Maple.
He's from Maryland. 2 allowance victories down there. An outsider, but there have been upsets right here at Belmont, in the Belmont.
Number 5, the second favorite at the moment, Green Tree Stables Woodchopper, trained by Jack Gaver, ridden by Lafitte Pinkai. That's a change.
Yes, his first mount, he won the Louisiana Derby. You saw the brilliant second in the Kentucky Derby. I'm observing he has bandages all the way around. I don't know if that's his normal want, but he moves well now. He is composed, and he will come from off the pace.
Number 6, Summing, had a brilliant work this week, owned by Charles T. Wilson Jr., trained by Louis Barrera, ridden by George Martin.
And that young George Martins on his back was there when he won the Pennsylvania Derby. his improving workout, his improving race has caught horseman's eye, and he has a big shot.
Number 7, Paristo, ridden by Angel Cordero Jr. A change, owned by Mrs. Robert Feinberg, trained by George Handy.
First mount this time on Paristo for Angel Cordero. He hurts no horse. This horse won the Illinois Derby, 3rd in the Preakness. He wears blinkers. Only 2 of them in the field do.
Number 8, Says You, owned by Peter Barberino, trained by Gene Jacobs, ridden by Jeffrey Fell.
This horse was claimed for $50,000 as a 2-year-old. A successful claim. He's made over twice that amount of money, but he's ambitiously placed here.
Number 9, New Mexican bred Bold Ego, ridden by John Lively, trained by Jack Van Berg, owned by Bar Kid Stable.
All of Jack Van Berg's charges have to travel. Bold Eagle's no exception. He earned that $422,000 going all over the country. He has speed, best known for that great effort in the Preakness. You saw it.
And the chairman of the board, number 10, Buckland Farms Pleasant Colony, trained by John Campo and ridden by George Velasquez.
Has been perfectly composed, showing a little bit of animation now, but still not lathered, not washed out, just on his toes, and he looks great.
That is the field. We'll be back to Belmont Park in...
Turning to lead with some in between horses. Bare Knuckles on the inside, right there in 3rd. It's Stage Door Key in 4th, then Bold Ego on the outside 5th. Escambia Bay is 6th. Aristo in 7th. Tap Shoes is 8th. On the outside is Pleasant Colony, then Highland Blade and Wood Chopper. They're into the clubhouse turn. And leading the way is Bare Knuckles now by a neck. On the outside, Stage Door Key is 2nd by a neck. Then Says You back into 3rd by a length. On the outside, that's Bold Ego in 4th by a half. Summing on the rail in 5th by a length and a half. Paristo, the supplement entry on the outside in 6th by a half. Then Escambia Bay and a Tap Shoes. Then 3 back to Highland Blade, Wood Chopper. Pleasant Colony at this point in the race is last. The first quarter run in 23 and 4, the half in 48 and 2. It is not a fast pace. They're down the back stretch. On the inside, Bare Knuckles, Says You on the outside. Those two are heads apart. Farther out, it's Bold Ego. They are bunching on the front end as they race down the back stretch. Bare Knuckles on the rail. On the outside, Stage Door Key. And there goes Paristo now to the front. Paristo takes the lead, and gaining ground on the inside is Summing. Summing has got him to the front, going clear by about a length. Then Stage Door Key in 2nd. Paristo is 3rd. Bold Ego in 4th. Bare Knuckles is 5th. Bold Ego on the outside, then Tap Shoes. Pleasant Colony has gained. Pleasant Colony now in the middle of the pack. They're approaching the far turn. 3/4, 1:14 and 1 around the far turn. It is Summing leading the way by a length and a half. Then Paristo is 2nd by a head. Very close is Escambia Bay now in 3rd. Then Pleasant Colony has moved into 4th. They're around the far turn. Pleasant Colony gaining ground on the outside. Approaching the top of the stretch. Summing has the lead by about 3. Then Pleasant Colony, Highland Blade on the far outside. Highland Blade now takes 2nd by a half. But Pleasant Colony is right there in 3rd. It's 4 back to Escambia Bay. Then Tap Shoes is 5th, past the 8th pole. Summing has the lead by 2. Highland Blade is 2nd. There is going to be an upset. Pleasant Colony is 3rd. Summing on the inside. Highland Blade on the outside. Summing in front. And at the wire is Summing the winner in an upset by a neck. Highland Blade was 2nd. Pleasant Colony was 3rd. The time on the board, 2 minutes, 29 seconds.
Ladies and gentlemen, of course, there'll be no Triple Crown winner in 1981. Let's go to Jimmy the Greek.
Johnny, the early speed was not there.
No, that's... You can't make that excuse for him. You can't make no excuse for him. Don't
I mean,
make no
but 3/4 and 14 and 2.
Well, that's no excuse. You can't make no excuse for him. You know, you can't make an excuse for him. You know, it's going to happen. It happens. What are you going to do? You can't make no excuse.
It was just another horse race.
That's all it was. That's all you can do about it.
But it was a big one in our life.
Well, you can't help it.
I'm sorry, John.
Don't be sorry. It's the name of the game. Listen,
okay.
hey.
Thanks a lot for everything, buddy.
All right, Jim Daly, what's going on?
Jim Daly, you had a hunch.
With the local boy from Belmont.
You and your local boy, you had a hunch before the race.
Yeah, I had a big hunch.
Oh, Jimmy, he ran a super race. The pace was slow, and he ready nice for me. The half mile.
Jimmy.
Big pull. Horse on the rail drifted off, and he just drugged me to the lead.
Jimmy.
And I just saved as much as I could for the finish. And boy, the horse, he ran a super race for me.
He looked like a jump rider on the turn, Jimmy. You could tell he had it going.
He said you had a lot of hold on him early.
I tell you, he broke on the lead, and Mr. Barrera told me late third or fourth. But the pace was so slow.
He said you looked like a jump rider on him down the backside into the turn.
Well, he rated perfect for me. And when I called on him, he just went up. Oh,
Congratulations,
thank you.
George. Biggest thrill of your life.
Yeah.
George,
Born and raised in Elmont. The Elmont people.
This, as you may have gathered, fans, is a local boy raised in right near Belmont Park here. Jimmy Daly, a native Long Islander, is excited with him.
All right, let's take a look at that very exciting stretch run here, Frank.
When they turned for home, the allusion I made to Martins looking like a jump rider, he had a lot of hold of this horse. He is relaxed. He did look like a winner. As I told Jack, I don't think they'll catch him. The pace had been slow. You cannot let a horse back you up like that with 3/4 and 14 and change and then expect to come after him and get him. Right here, when Martins called on him, he opened up alarmingly for a moment like he was going to make a joke out of it, but very gamely did the favorite fight back, and also David Whiteley's horse Highland Blade made a contest out of it, and when Martins had to go to the whip, as you see him doing right hand there, they began to pose a threat. And just for one dramatic moment, Jack, it looked like Highland Blade might get into the act, but it was not to be. Summing, who has won the Pennsylvania Derby, who has improved dramatically and caught horsemen's eyes, responded to this young rider and staved off the finish of both the favorite and Highland Blade. And here he is, the winner of the Belmont Stakes by a diminishing length, but he made it a brilliant victory. Stick in the left hand. And now we go to Marshall Cassidy.
All right, we'll be returning here to Belmont Park in just a moment.
I told him, just be close on Campo.
For the victorious young man. There it is, a congratulations from a hug from Cordero, a handshake from Velasquez, and these people fight each other 9 times every afternoon.
And dress in the same room.
And dress in the same room. And here he comes now, young Mr. Martin.
Well, he did, and it's official now. When we show the rerun, if you explain to the fans, George, that when he moved, he did not move really at your urging. He was that good. Tell us about the start.
Well, he broke really sharp here now. He's second, and with the red shadow roll, I just looked to save a little ground. And right here, it was perfect.
The speed didn't develop, George.
No,
Cordero took his horse back.
I thought there'd be a lot more speed in front. Now I'm heading head for the lead, and I'm trying to settle him, and finally I get him back right here.
Do you think at a time like that, George, where is Bold Ego? Where is the speed?
Yeah, right here I could see Bold Ego outside of me, and I figured if I just stay on the fence and save all the ground, it might make the difference, because the day he won the Pennsylvania Derby, he was on the fence all the way, too.
Here's the trainer that you complimented. Congratulations, Luis Ferreira. This rider did a great job, Luis, rating.
The best job I ever seen in many years.
He rated him like an old
I told him.
Jack, he's been telling me all week he was going to win it.
Jack, can I say something to you?
Yes.
To my wife, she's taking a help.
Yes.
Mahoney, we got him.
And you've had good news about her, haven't you?
Right, wonderful.
A good
I
day
won
for
the
you,
stake
Luis.
yesterday with my wife.
As you turn now, George,
Right
again,
here.
he's pulling on you.
I was just sitting still on him right here, and the horse on the lead, he just kind of drifted out, and once he seen daylight, he just made his move on his own. I was just setting up against him.
So you had to be confident.
Well, once he made the lead and he relaxed for me, I knew I had a hell of a shot.
Show them your hands. When they cut the camera here, George, we'll get a good shot of you returning for home. And it is not the position of a desperate driving rider. It is the position of a rider just sitting there confidently with his hands relaxed.
He opened up right here all on his own.
That is not for you, young man. The cheers are unanimous for you. A marvelous ride. And here you are when I joked about you being a jump rider.
He was so relaxed, a long hole, and he just galloping along. I was looking back, and there was nobody in sight, so I just sat still a little longer. And
how do you riders look back at a time like that?
Well, I just kind of peeked out of the corner of my eye, and I could see that I was well in front, but it's a long ways to go, and I was just waiting for Pleasant Colony to come.
You didn't draw your stick until about the 8th pole.
That's correct. Right here, we're turning for home now. Here is where I just start to chirp to him a little bit. Right here, now I says,
it's time.
It's time now.
This is get it time, and a game effort on the part of David Whiteley's horse, the Blade. Look at him coming. Did you see him?
Right here, I was a little worried. I kind of looked out of the corner of my eye. I seen Jacinto's horse making a big run. And I kind of, I was just hoping the wire would come up quick.
It's always come on wire. Son, a great ride for a young rider. Don't you think, Luis?
Real good rider. Real good rider. And I says hello to my brother Lazaro and my brother Angel Neolin. The one that teach me everything I know.
And thank you, Luis, and congratulations. George, all the best to you. 40 and 560 for the number 2 horse, and 280 for Pleasant Colony. Let's see how they compare at Denver, where the winner only got 660, 640, and 380, 1420 and $6 and 240. A surprise here at Belmont Park. Pleasant Colony will not be the Triple Crown winner. The 3-year-old up for grabs at Travers and later on this year.
It's a tough grind, Jimmy. Good
Travers will be a tremendous racehorse now.
Well, that's it. The story here from Belmont. Number 4, Escambia Bay at 20 to 1. Woodchopper, the closing fast horse in the Derby, is at 6 to 1. Summing, a new entry here for the Triple Crown, at 10 to 1. Paristo, third at the Preakness at 8 to 1. Says You, a last-minute entry in the Belmont at 20 to 1. Bold Ego still in, but may scratch at 10 to 1. And the Boss, Pleasant Colony, at even. Now, they are the morning line. Of course, those odds, as you say, is the king of the hill at the moment.
He is, and he got to be in the Kentucky Derby. Now, Churchill Downs that day, as the Derby is beginning, yet had a large field of 21 horses. Into the first turn, Pleasant Colony was 17th in that field of 21 horses. Part of it contributed by an unusual pace of 45 1/5 for the half. When they turned for home, George Velasquez, like a good taxi driver in downtown Manhattan, had weaved his way through most of the field, gotten outside position A, had taken dead aim on the leaders, and had here gone to the lead, Jack. But the excitement wasn't over.
No, it wasn't indeed, as Woodchopper now, as you'll notice, comes flying down, and I think half of them
Practically. What do you think now, baby?
Too late now to worry about it.
Tell me, no pressure whatsoever, none whatsoever?
You nothing wrong with me. Let's get this thing over and get done with. Having fun tonight.
But you realize that this means over $1 million to you if this horse wins this race?
I ain't seen no $1 million. Let me worry about when I get it. I'll let you know if I get $1 million.
But it's the financial thing is tremendous.
I don't worry about the financial thing, Jimmy. It's a business. We got to work. Got to make a living. I don't worry about that financial stuff.
Have you got any afterthoughts that maybe you would have changed the training? Have you done anything wrong, or would you have changed anything at all?
John Campo never second-guesses himself.
America said, oh, wait till the Belmont.
They couldn't wait for the distance. They should also have noticed, however, the confident Velasquez hands down, hand-riding the winner.
Indeed.
In a very fine effort.
2 weeks later.
Preakness. Indeed, Jack, to Baltimore 2 weeks later, the pace was different. And although Pleasant Colony was 8th in his first call, he was only about 6 lengths off the lead. That lead held by Bold Eagle. An easy half and 47 and change this time. And finally, Velasquez on Colony had to go after him. Here you see him doing just that. Left-hand stick and...
He goes all the way. When anything I got me in school, he told me, never second-guess yourself. I don't second-guess myself. I just go.
You've done a tremendous PR job, but after tomorrow, it's going to be over.
Yeah, look all the fun we had.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good luck to you, too.
We're going to need it.
All right, if Pleasant Colony's as loose as his trainer, it would seem to be no contest here today. Let's give you the morning line here on the field. The entry of 1 and 1A, Stage Door Key and Tap Shoes at 4 to 1. Number 2 horse, Bare Knuckles at 50 to 1. The number 3 horse, Highland Blade at 15 to 1.